Está
Como é que está o link live?
a entrar live. Vamos só manter aqui um bocado agora a conversa, só para perceber se vai aparecer aqui a live e ver se está tudo bem. Eu vou verificar aqui e estamos em direto. Então bora lá isto. Hello guys. I'm jonnytech. Normally this Portuguese channel for technology and Star Citizen and other games, but especially for Star Citizen. But today we're gonna do it in English, so we want to reach a more bigger audition.
Audience.
Audience, exactly. So sometimes the words fail to me. We're gonna do it in English. We're gonna do our best together to reach all of you guys. So today it's a special day for us, for the Portuguese community and other communities around the world for Star Citizen. We have here the creator of the BSD of Star Citizen, Pedro Camacho. He's with us. Incredible, but he's there. Thank you, Pedro, for coming. It's an honor for us for you to be here. So today we're gonna put some questions. I believe that the community will ask something to you too. So you just answer what you can. Of course, probably there's some questions. So when it's coming 4 or 0, when it's coming animals and things like that. But I know you are the music guy. I think you will not answer that thing, even if you know. I think you don't.
I don't know.
You're not going to answer that. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna start with I think it's pretty much the normal question for starting. How did you went to Star Citizen? How do you started there? How that happened?
Hi everyone. Thank you for so much for having me here. It's a pleasure. And it was I think as in all my projects, sometimes I get no's, but I was very confident somehow in me. I felt this could happen, even though chances were dim. So I emailed Chris Roberts in simple ways. I kind of reached him by mail, and I told him, look, I'm a Wing Commander fan. I played your games when I was a kid. I love them, and I would love to contribute to your new project. And I sent him some links with my music. And this is sometimes these messages don't reach the person because sometimes you are busy and you just don't pay attention to the emails, which is normal.
Always someone in between,
Yeah, and sometimes there's always a million things that can happen, but in that case, he actually opened the email. He actually heard the stuff and he enjoyed it, and that's how I got a chance to make a demo and to start working in this project. It's wonderful. I think it's a really wonderful project. It's more than a game. It's like a piece of art. At least to me, that's what I think it is. It's a piece of art, and it's go to the history of video games. I think it's already in the history in a way, but I think once it's done, it will be a game that will be referred in all history books of video games, I think.
Yeah, I think that too. Even if someone says, "Oh, but it's a scheme and it will never happen," or it's delayed like hell. Yeah, I believe, because in my point of view, just talking a little bit about the game,
about that, I think I can speak quite well about that. It's since I'm I'm an external person to the company, so I'm not someone who is I just tell you what I see from every day. I see it's a really, first of all, the company is really big. There's really a lot of people working there because I'm contacted by a lot of persons every day. Well, not every day, but when there's something for me to do for them, and there's a lot of people involved. And and they've always been very, very fair with everyone that worked with them. So that's an obvious sign that it's a great company to work with. So by the way, which I love working until now, and I hope to work with them as much as they need. And above all, about the scope of the game. It's true that when Chris Roberts pitched the game initially on Kickstarter, he mentioned a game like this, like it was like this.
And
he said, "I need
this." Yeah,
I need this. I need this much to do this game. So he was expecting just this much to do this game. And he was absolutely honest with that. But he didn't get this. He got like more than 10 times more.
Yes,
Extremely. So he had two options at that time. He could do this game and spend this to make this game and get this for himself. It's honest. That will be pretty much it. So he would get a profit of several millions of dollars. And no one will ever complain, and you'll have your normal nice game after 2 years, as it was promised. Or he felt, and I think there was a sign of, in my opinion, was a sign of honesty. He said, okay, I just asked for this, but they gave me this, so why should I just give them this and keep all that huge lump of money just for myself, which probably will mean he will never have to work again in his entire life. And instead of doing this, he said, no, then this game is my passion. This is the reason for my life is to build this game. That's what Chris Roberts felt, and that's also what I felt.
You need to deliver something really big, right?
You gave me this, so I'll go for this.
Big, it's huge.
Basically what it did was when it did work on freelancer with Microsoft, so it didn't accomplish the game you wanted, so it's gonna do it now. That's what I feel about that.
I will tell you what I felt. When I first heard this was in 2013 or 14, when I heard he was going to do FPS with ships, I was like, I don't think there's any game that has done it really well. Well, there's some games that have done kind of well, but pure space sim with pure FPS, I admit myself, I thought this would be hard to nail, and then he did it. And then when he said, I remember, I will try to make everything seamless, and I thought to myself, this is impossible. There's no way. I thought to myself, there is no way we can enter a planet, at least in a convincing way. You can enter a planet, but not in a really convincing way. I thought, I don't think so. And I remember when I got my, when they asked me to score that the Pupil Planet video, which was the first Planet Tech demo. I think it was 2016, and December 2016, the Pupil to Planet, and it was that zoom out from the planet to atmosphere. I remember they said, Pedro, can you score this? And I got that video already in the final look. I didn't go through, it was already there. It was, and I could see the first version still had some, the path was different, so it was really rendered. I could see, because it was not always the same path.
Exactly.
But even with the first path I got, which was not the final one, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is going to be huge, right?
Jesus. I was like, okay, then, what I was really surprised about is that he not only did that, but he went way ahead. I think climate change. I mean, look at the wind. I think the tech is there. I think he finally did the tech. The tech is so now it's just a question of building the content, which is what is being done right now. And I think that
Yeah,
I think
he's gonna do
I'm
it.
not
Yeah.
I'm not looking at specifics, but for me, what because not to just look at the roadmap exactly, but
Mhm.
I think my perception from what I hear is that so the tech is basically getting locked and more polished because it was done, but a bit sluggish. So there was a lot of optimization phases that
Exactly.
needed to be done, and they did it. I think the game is playable and in a smooth way right now because it wasn't some time ago, and it's very smooth to play right now, and it's very enjoyable. And I mean, and now it's just a question of getting the content in, which we see in each release. There's more and more stuff that is being added,
Yeah.
and also missions. Still maybe it's not the most, still not the the elaborate missions that probably people would still already wanted, but I think it's wonderful missions that really create. I like playing some of them. I already played a lot of them.
That was my question that I wanted to ask you. So all about this that takes me to there. But are you a player?
Yes, I am a player. Of course, I'm a player. I'm a backer. I backed the game in 2012. So
Oh, fantastic!
So I backed before I was hired. So I was a backer. So I really wanted this game to happen. This game needed to exist in the world.
Like so many of us, yeah.
That's for sure. And another thing that I think I need to put my hats off to that. Well, he did the planet attack, and it was great, and everyone loved it, and he could just replicate it to all planets, and it would be basically done. But I think he always wanted to. Each planet had, it's even though it's planet tech, it's done to each kind of planet. The planet tech is a bit different. For example, a planet I really loved. With the Hurston.
Yes. With Lorville.
Lorville, yes,
Lorville, yeah.
Hurston planet and Lorville city. I mean, wow, that was absurdly great, and even better. Now it's I had a horrible night. And Microtech is the newest one, which is wonderful. But
Area 18 maybe.
Area 18 and I mean, how is this possible? I must be nervous to speak with you. But the tech to make the whole planet covered in cities. I mean, I think that was absolutely
amazing, right?
Amazing.
Yeah, ArcCorp.
Yeah, it's an amazing
ArcCorp, of course. ArcCorp, of course. I did it.
ArcCorp, yes.
Jesus Christ.
But I have a question here from. Just let me just welcome some of the guys here. Hammer PT.
That's why I hate live streams.
Dave. No, but it's great. It's great. So welcome David Gonçalves, Mário Cruz, Márcio Cruz, Sophie Queen, Diogo Ferreira, Luís Peralta, and so many more here with us. So I have a question from Diogo Figueira for you. How was it to make the 3.9 music? So I think he's talking about New Babbage, right? So I think you have something cool to talk about this, right?
How was it? I did several tracks for New Babbage, and.
But you said me once yesterday or maybe 2 days ago we were talking together, and you told me no, but there's one music that I didn't make. So it was like something about the prisons or no.
Oh yeah. The prisons. The jails were not composed by me. Yeah. I believe they were composed by the other director, which is Darren Lambourne. He's a great guy.
That's why the others are better than that one. Because you made the other ones.
No, it's not. It's just different,
They're also quite good.
Yeah, it's quite good. I'm just joking.
He's a very good professional. It's a bit. It will be a bit unfair because he has a lot of stuff in his plate. He has the sound effects team, has to make sound effects, sound design, implementations, and he also does some music. And he enjoys doing it. I think it's great. If he enjoys it, I think it should be done. Right? I think, and he loves the game as well. So it's wonderful that it's wonderful to have a team that's so involved with everything.
Yeah.
And he's also a great. He's a superb music mixer. Actually, I love has a very good ears, which is something rare. And it's good. I think that's why I believe that's one of the reasons why Star Citizen, it was already sounding very good, but more and more it's sounding better and better. I think I mean there's an excellent sound effects team, but the sound design team, but I think he has a good he has good ears to to judge stuff, and so very competent person in many things, so, and also he does music, which is great. Anyway, so the music, how was it to make music for New Babbage? I did most of the music when I was in the final stages of the CitizenCon 19 demo, or last year's CitizenCon. And I had some concepts from New Babbage, but I first saw New Babbage not in the fidelity that we see in the game, because it was just quick playthroughs in lower settings, so they could give me new videos.
So you had to watch something first for inspire you for the music?
Yeah, I saw it, but I loved it instantly. I thought this was awesome, and there was what came to my mind when I saw New Babbage, because New Babbage to me was like a hard living planet that created something beautiful,
yes,
like as if there was an oasis among everything, like an oasis sound. And I remember I think I posted that some days ago when 3.9 was finally released, and as I thought a lot of my baby daughter, when I composed music for that. I mean, it's just like I thought about my son when he was born a few days after the 300i commercial was out, and so he was my inspiration for that. This time, my daughter was the inspiration for New Babbage, and probably that's why the music has I don't know. Maybe that's why the music has this kind of magical tone into it. I don't know. I kind of went different. I think in this case, my daughter already had, when I composed this, my daughter was already 2, almost 3 years old, so already knew her, of course, and she's very vivid. So I tried to give something vivid when we were approaching New Babbage. Well, Microtech music was more like, a wonder. We're looking at my daughter at a long distance, and then when you get into New Babbage, it's like, wow, isn't it beautiful? Isn't it amazing? And but in a vivid way. I wanted the music to feel in a very unforgiving planet that has no life in it. It is awesome. That city is like an oasis of life, and it's full of things that you can imagine that we are already able to do, and we'll be able to do even more in the future. So, and that's why the music, I don't know do you think it's a good time for me to show something?
No, go ahead.
And music.
Show us.
Well,
Yeah.
We want to.
So my software is auto saving now, which is awesome now. It just turned on autosave, so we have to wait some seconds.
Yeah.
So while you're choosing the music there, there's one guy here, Pedro Jose, is asking, what's your favorite race in Star Citizen? Do you race in Star Citizen, or you just...
No, race maybe. No, maybe
No?
it's race, humans, Taverin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it too. I got it. Yes. So what's your favorite alien guy?
It's the Vandal.
Yeah.
I really love the Vandal, actually.
I'm afraid of them.
I really love
I'm
Vandal.
totally afraid of Vandals. Yes.
I think the Vandal are I actually saw the process of creation of the race and the design process. It was a very long process, and when I finally saw them, I thought, okay, they really nailed it. I think they look like
scary,
but not in a cheap way. It looks great. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, it looks
that's one of the
proper
main.
scary, yeah, indeed.
The-
I think that's one of the main qualities of Chris Roberts. I mean, he won't stop until it's great. He won't release until it's great, and so
That's
and
good.
and
it's
one thing I
one of
know
those
is
things that
this
keeps on
game
saying
is sorry.
No,
Sorry?
no, no. I just was telling that it's one of those things that he keeps on saying. It's not
No,
up to the
it's not.
record
Not
that he
he's
wants.
saying is also is he demonstrates in every. I deal with him not every day, but when I have to deal and work with him, he goes. He doesn't. He doesn't accept the obvious or the first thing that comes in, and he goes on and goes on to next level, next level, next level, until it's there. You know what, when you have a big company and sometimes you get work for someone and you think for yourself. I remember seeing some work in progress and I was like, okay, it's good. Maybe that tiny detail there I would change it, but it's fine. I mean, it's great, but I would not mention it to anyone. One day later, Chris Roberts was going there. That detail was almost always the same detail that I thought about. That detail doesn't work for me. We have to redo it, and it will go from scratch if needed to make that perfect. And Van Duel was one of was a race that he went into very deeply. To just notice, probably I won't make music for Van Duel, sadly, but it's in great hands because probably the Van Duel will be featured in Squadron 42, which is being scored by Jeff Zanelli, as you all know, which is an extremely talented composer. He scored like recently Pirates of the Caribbean 5. We already have some music from him, and I think it will be a wonderful score. Really, that's it. It will be a wonderful cinematic experience, Squadron 42. So maybe there's a way for me to make some music. So I'm doing more music for planets and PU stuff, not so much to lore stuff. That's
Yeah,
I
because
think.
when we have those encounters with bandits or in the missions, we hear that music.
That's mine.
It's all from you, yeah.
Yes, that's mine. It's fine, but in the Squadron 42, where we will be able to see the music from the Van Duel, actually, that will be a score from Jeff Zanelli. So but he's fantastic. So it's he's super.
So he's a Van Duel employee.
That's right.
I get
Jeff
it.
is
he
Van
works
Duel
for Van
employee.
Duel, yeah.
I work for UAE. He works for Van Duel. And
Yeah, but what I saw. Wait, something is happening there. Hello. Hello.
I think, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh,
It's all right.
There's some problem there with the sound. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
yes.
That's
Hello.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It is
It's
working
my
now.
issue. I will explain to people. I asked jonnytech to use a different method for us to get the audio, and let's hear the music from you, Babbitt, before this goes down.
Yes.
So
Keep like the guy saying, keep us. Yes.
let's see if this is working. Let's see if I will try to open up
Why
my
you,
DAW.
Yeah,
so you guys
that's
can
great.
see it.
So that's how you work in there.
Yes.
I'm pretty much familiar with this too. So
I'm not.
yeah, I worked with that a long time. So I think we're gonna listen to some music.
Oh, I didn't play it. I didn't mute it. I was okay. Now you're gonna hear it. sorry
Okay,
about that.
okay, it's okay, no problem.
I'm not used to this,
First-
so this is the first time I'm gonna use this method.
Yeah.
So okay, many layers here. Let's see how it works.
Okay.
Whoa, can you hear it?
Yes,
Yep.
perfectly. Yeah.
So I will pause now because I
Yeah.
want to make some explanation. So basically, well, the music is a slow approach to New Babbage, so I didn't want to rush it.
Yes.
So I started with a chord line. It was played in Moog 1. It was one of the Moog 1 layers, and this was like for us to hear like there's this. Well, when you look, I don't know how many of you players are fathers, but when you look at one of your son, of your daughter, I mean, there's a little, it's like a, I mean, it's a sacred thing. I think I'm sorry, I didn't put myself. Now you're seeing yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And I will try to. Yes. Okay. I got the the controls to not look at it. Okay. So when you have a little girl or a little boy, and it's relevant. It's your son or your daughter.
Yes.
And it's kind of almost religious. And I think that's the kind of feeling I felt when I was into microtech and approaching you out, just seeing your creation is there. Your safe spot, like as if you were safe. You want to create a safe spot around your daughter. So New Babbage was to me like a safe place where I could place my daughter in there. It's kind of like that. So I wanted that, but I wanted a bit like when she's very active. I think most kids are, but
Yeah, most
and
of them are, yeah.
and so we wanted to give it some cool some dance vibe. I mean, some groove, but not too much to go away from the ambient area. So it has to be a kind of it was a.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. I will pause here so I can move on and show the next part.
Yeah, it gives you some serenity. Yeah.
So I wanted the music to have like a crescendo, and then when you finally reach New Babbage, basically, or when you finally, I mean, as if you were waiting to be with someone you really like or you love, and you're finally with them, and you feel that I'm here. So and that's this next section I want to place in the music. That's which. So the first big moment, it's like a soprano, which is the also in which is which the soprano, which is also in the first moment of the first ambient music when we were outside the planet, which you also hear when you are waking up and the planet sings in the 3.9 release. I didn't know they will use there. It was very clever usage. Actually, I think it was in a very nice placement by the other team. Awesome. I think it's a very honorable play. I'm glad it was a very
there's one guy here that say, "Oh my God, that gave me chills."
So I wanted to use the soprano in this first passage, but in the second passage I want to give it like a feeling like, okay, it's great, but this is epic. I want to give it more epic feel. So in the second. So
Wow.
there are many elements here. I mean, there's a lot of layering here, but I can show you some of them.
How many channels? Because I have two questions here for you. Sorry to interrupt you, but how many channels are you using on that song?
He's using.
It's Diogo Freire. How many layers do you have there?
I mean, it's still more here.
Who's counting?
I think it's better not counting, right?
I don't know. This is a bit not very organized because it was kind of done in the sound was in my head, and I had the template. This was my old template. Now it's a new orchestral template, but this is here, so it's like a scoring template which has. Oh yeah, you're seeing my. Because
you do every instrument, right? So, alone.
Yes. So basically, here's my orchestra with some. So it's and you can control it.
Wow.
So it just plays what I play.
Amazing.
And this library is actually a library that me and 4 or 5 guys paid to get made just for us. So it's not a commercial library. So basically, what if you want to go a very quick run through my old template? So there are some drums. Now I have much more, but these were just the orchestral ones. So the orchestral from Berlin, which is the orchestral tools. I call it Berlin or percussion. There's a lot of stuff here. There's more, but most of the stuff I use. Spitfire percussion because I really like it. And then there's the untuned part. There's the tuned percussion part. So this is sorry. This is not.
But that was good too.
No, that was the wrong. So this, which you hear in here, and that's it. And that was done. I tried first to make a roll, which was pre-recorded, but didn't sound quite like it, so I kind of performed it like. Something like this. So it was to get the. I wanted to get like. I wanted to get a bit more bite into it. I think it gave a different power to the entry.
Yeah, it's not a roll, but it's like like something.
It's not fixed. Not. It's like it starts slower and then it goes in. I think it gives a more push into these like chorus. Like I don't know if you call it.
Yeah.
And then there's the brass from Spitfire, the brass from Berlin, brass from more Berlin. Now it's Junkie XL brass as well from Berlin, which is cool. Then this is the Australian brass, which is the Cinematic Studios brass. This is the Sophie Ensembles brass, which is my private library, which I did with the other guys. This is Sable strings, Mural strings. This is the old name because when I purchased this from Spitfire, it still had those names. Now it's like chamber strings, symphonic strings from Spitfire, much more from Spitfire. Then this is the strings that Spolbach. This is other private library. This is a Bratislava project. They all go into several instances of V Pro, which is a Vienna ensemble. It is the same. Oh no, sorry, keep screwing this up. Where is it? Yeah, the Bratislava.
I have a nice question. I have a nice question for you. It's kind of a tricky one, but it's a funny one.
Let me just try to open. So you just can see a bit of the content from the face. Thinking about if you should show it or not. Okay, thinking about it. So it goes on, and I don't use it in every. Here it is, Project Orchestra. So it's not a commercial library. It's just mine. This one is just mine actually. This is pianos, strings from. There's a lot of there's a woodwinds. I don't use it in every song, but they are here ready if case I need at any time. It's already
depends of the inspiration and what you really want. And
in this track, I actually used something different because I wanted to feel more icy. So I use a different kind of string, which were like a combination of sul ponticello playing in legato with a bit of sul tasso. Sul ponticello sounds like freezing, like a very, I think it is, no, this is sul tasso. Okay, here's the sul ponticello. So you play it with the bow very near the bridge, and it sounds very. So it's very more acid. That's kind of a good way to put it. But then, but I EQ'd it to sound not so icy. So there's a lot of EQ there to make it with less high end, to make it sound less. And then I doubled it with some sul tasso, which was like to create a thicker sound, because the near the bridge sound is very thin and without too much body, so I needed some more body, so I used this sul tasso, and it gave me a tone that I only use here in this particular track, because we were near the ice, we were entering New Barrett, and I wanted to feel the ice in the strings. I think that was, I mean, no one cares about it, but I care, so whatever.
Exactly.
So, and this is.
And how much time did you get to get that all done? You know, just like
this
Chris
this
just
track,
phones you, say, "Hey, Pedro, I need
this
a
was
music
done in
for
one
this
day and
trailer."
a half.
Okay, one
This
day and a
track.
half.
This was it took a bit longer. This track, because I had to do
And one
two
day, 1.5,
iterations.
and it took a little bit longer. Okay, I understand you.
But sometimes I take a lot more time. I'm not saying sometimes when, for example, I get a commission and they say, well, this is for the next release of the game, and I say, well, okay, probably I have 1 or 2 months to work in it, and I spend a lot of time making research. I don't do this gut instinct decisions, but usually when I follow my gut and my instincts, usually I kind of like it more. Something I kind of overthinking, so it sometimes is a blessing for me to have a short deadline. It's kind of strange, but I don't like it when I'm having short deadlines, but I usually do better.
Yeah, but I have a question. I have a question for you. It's from David Gonçalves, and he asks, "Will you be doing Horizon soundtrack?"
Horizon?
New Horizon
What's
was the big city that floats in Crusader.
Oh, I don't know. I as a composers are not employees of a company.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good thing, because of many reasons. But basically, it means that if they feel I'm worthy for it, they will contact me to make it. I hope they do, because I enjoy.
Yeah.
I love working with them. I
too.
love Crusader. I actually thought I saw a concept of Crusader a long time ago, really long time ago, and I really loved it. I actually wrote something for it. Sorry, I hope. Sorry, I'm hearing some noise. It's my baby just
okay.
just woke
We
up.
understand all this. Because I saw an image.
Because this is just for everyone to know. This is weekend, so and
It's
we are
normal,
in COVID-19
Yes,
quarantine,
we
so
are.
everyone is home,
Unfortunately, we are,
and
yes.
so we are. We can. I have the door open, so we are.
But-
So they can sense I'm here as well.
Yes.
And not composing, so don't mind about noise. Anyway, I thought I should have closed it before
No, it's
this
okay,
live
but,
stream, but I didn't. So I apologize if you hear someone else. So.
But
so
while you're searching the
yeah.
music, Chef, just one thing that I saw that when you said that your inspiration, it's your daughter, your son. I remember that New Horizon in Crusader. I saw an image. And that reminds me yesterday, because I saw they said they will have space whales, because that whales, this kind of whales, they live in the core of the planet, and they will come up sometimes near the city so people can see. And I saw one image from New Horizon, which you see a little girl by hands pointing to one of that whales. So that was kind of like I imagine when you said your inspiration comes from your daughter, it's like you or someone walking with the daughter in that
No,
city.
I don't think.
And
I'm not sure. I think Microtech was very special in that because it's
Okay.
it reminds that New Babbage is like a sanctuary in the middle of
Yeah.
like a crazy planet. That's
Yes.
like imagine. I mean, that's kind of a sacred place. You know, children are your sacred place. I think that's a good thing to say. I think that's a good. That's how I think it, at least. And so I'm not sure if Crusader will be in a
Like so
like
special.
I don't. I don't know. It will be very special. I think the idea I had, but that was like from stuff I did like a long time ago, was a bit different. But now with the concepts are evolving, and the whales, I think they're awesome idea. Actually, give a wonderful flavor to the planet. Once again, you see, Chris Robertson just not rehashing the same tag for each planet. It would be much faster if he could just reuse the same tag from Microtech, for example, and just do another 4 or 5 planets with just reusing the stuff he already had done. He actually, each planet really feels it's completely different. Like it's a different thing, and our corp is completely different
Yes.
than Microtech, and it's completely different than Hurston, and which is completely. I mean, but I think, to me at least, since the planets are so different, I feel like in a single planet, a whole game there, a whole adventure, a complete adventure there. At least I think so.
Yes, I understand you.
I prefer to have few, personally speaking, I prefer to have fewer planets that are awesome to look at and are just work of art than have 1,000 planets that you just visit one after the other and say, okay, this was equal to the other one. Okay.
Yeah, that
Okay,
reminds me
this
of
is-
some games that have a million
this-
of planets and they're all
That's
the same.
actually
Yeah.
the same planet, but just with a different color in the sky. Okay, it's cool, but you
Mhm.
kind of see the point. I think it would be. I mean, I prefer this way, and then there's the new system, the pirate system, which is completely different. I mean, that's more in the fantasy side, which. I mean that.
That's for pirates, right?
I just saw what you saw in the Citizen Con, so I don't know
That's it.
anything else about it.
No, I will not
And
ask
I
you
was-
about it.
No, I didn't saw anything. I thought it was absolutely amazing. So
I
And,
have a tough question for you. Like our children, we don't have a favorite. But do you have a favorite music that you have done?
for Star Citizen,
I told you it was tough.
it should be the main theme. It's the main theme.
It's
Yes, that was
amazing.
the first.
Yeah,
That was the first track I sent to Chris Roberts, and it gave me the opportunity, and he liked it a lot, and that's what.
That's my phone ringtone.
Oh, you did. Oh, thanks.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So I have a question very, very fast. It's from Lucky13. He's asking, do they ask you to make heroic and villainous music based on star systems? If you do some kind of music for heroic guys and for villains and based on the star systems. Well, that's the question.
Ooh, well, I did music some time ago, which had more for for the space traveling and combats, which was linked with your status as or if you were like a criminal or not. I did that, but more recently I've been doing more music towards the location. That's the location there. That's the other location. Actually, there's something talking about locations. There was a location that I was actually very proud of, and I'll tell you which one is it. Do you remember when we had in our corp the new business
Yes.
business district,
District.
I think.
Yeah,
Which
business
awesome district. I mean, and our corp will have much. I believe that our corp will have other districts in the future, but right now, I think as it is already absolutely amazing. And that music was kind of a favorite of mine, even though probably went a bit unnoticed. Let me just try to find it. Anyway, I can. The name is relevant, but it's one of the ambient music that was there, and there was a. I remember at that moment there was a person on Twitter who was Dave B. Let me just confirm, just to be almost certain it was a guy called Dave, He was old. His Twitter handle is sorry to make you wait.
It's
Yes,
okay.
his Twitter handle is is little old Dave, and I got a tweet that he was saying, my son, thank you. I mean, he was thanking a lot of guys on Star Citizen for creating all the content, and he also thanked me for the music, for making through his the last 2 years. At the time was 2 years. Thank you for making the last 2 years better for me, because my son was very ill, and he had a really hard time. He and his wife had a really hard time, and I was like, wow, Jesus Christ. And I messaged him and say, well, hey, hi, sorry to bother you, but what's wrong with your son? And I can tell you that because he has it publicly in his Twitter right now. He said, oh, my son had a liver transplant when he was 11 months old, and he almost died 3 times while we were developing Star Citizen. So thank you and that really struck me a lot. And I said I created a track which I called Lullaby for Casey, which is the name of his son, Casey B. And I think the only guy who has this music uploaded. It's in the game. I don't know exactly. It's in the game. It was uploaded. It was uploaded by a guy that uploads all music that goes into any build, which is Shift Monkey. He uploads everything. Oh my goodness, it's so sad. I even use him to see where is my music.
Yeah, I see that.
Sad. So, but this he has Lullaby to KZB, and that music was special. I mean, maybe it was not the best. I don't know if it was the best. I think it was very heartfelt. It was, and I like make music that has purpose. That is not only to support the project and the game that we are developing, but also to have an additional message. I mean that's I like it. I think it makes playing games more fun. That you hear the music, it's supporting what you do, but it also makes you feel something additional. I think I don't know if everyone feels that, probably not, but I feel I like to do that because it makes me feel that way. Otherwise, it would be so.
I have two musics from the game. One I remember talking with you a few months ago. It's that one when you as soon as you start arriving in Levski and the hangar doors start opening. It's kind of not Western, but it's quite different from orchestral, and it reminds me like Firefly, the TV series. It's completely awesome. And the other one is I think it's not there right now. Is the old music from Marston. As soon as we leave the apartment, I don't know if you remember. As soon as you leave the apartments, and we have that balcony with the
and the music makes a drop down. Is it that one?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That music. I made that drop with that synth over there. I mean, very many layers of that, and I remember like making what I felt when I composed that. I think it's something I like to do when I wake up is like coming kind of like and focus on what will you do in that day, how will you use them, what life has to offer to you in that day. Do good stuff. I think that's what you should use your life.
I'm a First Light fan. I enjoy that music.
First Light, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
One as well.
Yeah.
I like that one, but this maybe the main theme, and this one because it was made for someone. I mean, maybe years when he will be playing Star Citizen. His father made. The girl actually wrote the UK. maybe it'll be cool. Maybe it will be cool. Maybe he wants.
I'm sure you will.
No,
Yeah.
he wants this. Maybe I don't know. But I felt good for doing it. I did it because I felt I should do it. Basically.
Are you ever
Yeah,
afraid
you
of?
have
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
No, I was saying you have pretty good songs. Sometimes just open the launcher just to hear your music in the background. Just
Thank you.
Yeah. We do it.
Music
Well, I
is
do it a lot
something
of
that
times.
you just can't copy paste. You have to be creative in what you do. So, are you never afraid of feeling like, okay, I running out of ideas, something like that?
I don't know. I didn't started learning music because I wanted to be a composer or be known or doing live podcasts with you guys or having people thanking me for music. I started learning music because I really felt that I needed to do that in my life to be happy, even if I didn't ever get any praise for it or any recognition. I wanted to write music. I need to write music. It's like, for me, it's like a breathing. I need to write music.
Yeah.
So, I feel music for me is like a way of expressing what I feel and what I at that moment, and some stuff that I want to say, and sometimes I always score. Of course, the game or the project or whatever I'm scoring is the main purpose of what I do, because I have to serve, I have to support that. But I always try to give in each one I do another message that at that moment in my life I'm feeling, and if I am true to my feelings, the music always comes different. Because I'm not taking like a recipe or something and just trying to do something as the other guy did because I want to sound cool, and I'm doing this stuff because I really want. For example, this music from New Babbitt. I mean, I was really afraid they will refuse the song because it's organ. It's like there's a lot of organ in the start, and then you just go with an arp that is always constant.
Yes.
It's always just it's almost nonsense.
But I like it. Yeah.
So
I mean, it's like this. It never changes. Actually, the chords are changing in the organ, and here it doesn't change. First I did a version with. I went to classical, so I know this is supposedly wrong. But I did it this way because there was like a juxtaposition in my head, given between the two worlds, what was inside New Babbage and the Microtech planet. So there was this aura around New Babbage. This was like for example, the organ represents like an aura around New Babbage, like the protection, something that protects and makes the oasis. And that other memory is what is inside New Babbage, which is the happy life. They don't hear each other because one is just protecting and the other is just playing around freely, which is kind of what we as a founders also tend to do to our kids. We try to give like a shield of protection so they can feel safe. I mean, in this situation, in the COVID situation, I mean, that's what we're supposed to be doing, not podcasts like we're doing.
Yeah. So
this is sorry, just a joke.
I have a question. I have a question for you.
So if you're sorry to
No, it's
interrupt
okay.
you.
Go ahead.
But this kind of thought only came because I had a purpose for it, and I believe that if you love what you do and you do it with a purpose in your life, and you really need to do it because otherwise you wouldn't want to be alive. I mean, of course there are other reasons to be alive, but this is one really big reason for me. And I think the music I believe the ideas will never cease to exist.
Yes.
And I think that's what I feel. And I think maybe because I was so, this is very odd. I feel this is very odd, but because I was so into this, and I thought that's probably eventually why people may have enjoyed it. I literally thought when I finished this, everyone would hate it because there's almost no orchestra. There's almost no element that ever happened in the Star Citizen universe before this. So it was very risky. The only thing that was stable from other stuff is that I did it with purpose and passion, and I did it because I wanted to send a message, a good message. And
I think Chris Roberts got that. He got it.
I think so. He enjoyed it, so
Yeah.
he thanked me for the music. So if he
I think
thanked me,
he got it. And there's
Sorry,
a
we're
guy.
making a
There's a guy.
question.
Yeah, there's a guy here say Flero. I love you, Pedro. You're great.
Thank you
And
so much.
and yeah, we have some people watching this live stream. And that I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Will we ever see a concert from you with all these musics somewhere? I'll be the first one to go there.
Well, I will definitely love to conduct it if possible, but it's out of my hands.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just a simple guy doing the music. That's it. I'm doing music. And that's how you're not entitled to anything when you work for a company. And this is also important. And if there are people here who want to be composers, and you have to this is a commercial project, and if they feel that will be beneficial for their project to have a live concert with the music I wrote and with me conducting, I mean, sure, it has been performed live with an orchestra and it works well, so why not? I think it will be a very, very nice concert.
I think
to me, I think there are some music that I actually wrote a couple of them that were specifically thought for live performance. For example, I mean, the new one, because there are tracks that really work with the live ensemble with any additional add-on. We plays the click track, and they just follow the click, and they are synced with the non-orchestral elements. But I think the real music happens and real magic happens in a live concert when the musicians are not linked with the click tracks and with backing tracks, and you're just doing their own music. That comes a bit from my classical side. So I think it would be great if we had a concert that had these two worlds, the acoustic worlds first, and then the acoustic plus the non-acoustic world, which is usually what you get when you go to a video games live stuff. You have, the orchestra is there, but there are all overdubs everywhere to make, because you don't have like a giant taiko available, or you do not have like you can have a giant taiko, but it was played very softly and then placed a lot of gain to get that boomy sound. And if you do it live, you will probably capture the bleed from every instrument into the mic, and then it'll be a horrible noise show, and so everyone will just run out of the concert. So we have to use techniques to, it seems they are playing some of the instruments they are not playing, because it will be technically impossible for them to be captured in those conditions. But I think it would be great to have that side, but also the side of live concert with live musicians, live performance, felt in the moment music. So I think, and that's something I try to give to Star Citizen. It's some of both sides of the world of the music that is not synced with the sync, and music that is completely hybrid and modern, because it's a modern game, but also linked with some traditional things. I like traditional, I like modern, I like it all. So to me, it's all music. And
Pedro, just one or two questions more, because we are getting 1 hour of stream already, and we have things to do. You have your children, your family. We have to.
It's fine.
It's almost. It's good. if we could, it would be like forever talking about this because I would stay.
Sorry, I
so
get carried away. I get carried away
he
so
has
much.
to rush. He has got to prepare dinner. That's why.
Exactly. No, but I have because the main team of Star Citizen. You have a video on YouTube that I'm passing now, which is with an orchestra. But that was made for the video. It's actually real. The orchestra playing the.
No, it's actually the orchestra, the actually recording session with the orchestra.
Wow, amazing.
That's that. So, on that, it wasn't recorded there. The choir and the synths, but all the rest is coming from the mics. There's no overdubs. So if you played live, the first part, I actually asked for the first part to be played without the click. So. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, exactly.
Oh, but I remember, of course.
Exactly.
There, guys.
Exactly.
Pedro playing live for us, the main team.
Actually, this team had some
Very
stuff
good.
Here. No, it's not very good. It was a
No,
very,
yeah.
I have the mic in front of me, and this patch is horrible. Actually,
You're
I thought it was
perfectionist, yeah.
It was. Yeah, this patch is not very good actually. But let me see if I could. But it's the music, the melody starts. It's a major D chord, but the melody doesn't use the actually C major scale, so it has the minor seventh, and then it resolves in the D, which is in a like a poiatura from the minor third of the A chord. I think this makes it very different. And then it has the F flat, and then go to D major again. Again, when I did this, I thought they probably would hate it or love it because it was very different.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very odd that. But I think it made it like a signature line of a set. Otherwise, it would be just the same. I think it was in the limit. So this first part, which is just full orchestra, it has no click track, and then in the second part, it's just it would be easy in live. You just perform it with the as you felt it in the moment in the first part, and when you got that big part. Oops. My camera.
Yeah, I think so.
Lost.
Right.
I will just put like this. Okay. For now.
No, but we are getting.
Yeah,
Go
just
ahead,
one
go ahead.
question
Yes.
related.
I don't know what
with
happened to my camera, but
It's okay. No.
I will
one question related with with music. It's from someone from here that is right behind me, my girlfriend. So she asked if the song or the track it comes pretty quickly to your head, or it's a long process, and if it's quite natural or.
I mean, I get a lot of ideas always, but sometimes if there is a lot of if the deadline is like in 2 months, which is sometimes happens, I'll probably go into many ideas until I fix into one. If I have a very short deadline, which sometimes is just some hours, I just go with the first thing that goes in my head, and I mean it has worked so far, and I've done some stuff in very very little time frame, so it has worked. But wait, just for you to get this was a patch. I actually hired someone to create this patch on Omnisphere for Star Citizen. Also, this is another level of detail. I don't usually speak about it. I think I tweeted sometimes about it, but there are a couple. So I have a new Tokyo, which I actually never use too much, and there's a Xeon template here as well. They're did by a guy I love a lot, which is Stefan Bayer. He does a great job in this, and So there are a lot of pads here and synth pads, which I asked him for that. We can hear this one. And some of them I didn't, Necropolis, I don't know, I don't remember what this. Oh, I'm not, sorry. Yes, this was Rays, it makes sense. So but it has. So imagine if I wanted to make something else on New Babbage. I think this is the signature sound. This together with the mug. With the mug is also it's also great. I can play a little bit now since you're not seeing me. So let me.
No, it's okay.
Let me see. Let's see if I. Where is the mug? Where is the mug MIDI channel? I just have to find that. Where is that?
So
it's here. It's here.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you can go. It's a bit unprogrammed right now. Yeah, so both of them together create a really awesome sound. And actually the sound was different because I really mangled it on the performance, which I don't remember now. And it came out, this was the sound from the mug, and this was the sound from the synth. So I tried to create something that will gain together some more life. So maybe if you want, let's see what's this Metropolis Sound. Now I'm curious about this name. I have all this distortion, all the songs.
That's powerful. Huh?
Well, I like that.
I don't know. Probably I won't use this. I'll see Forgotten in Time.
Oh, that's great.
You remind me another composer actually.
Yeah, the pads are always a bit connected with the organ. I asked him for that. I remind you another composer. Why is that, by the way?
Just remind me Jean-Michel Jarre with the last one.
Yes,
it is a very good comparison.
Yeah, because of the cosmic thing. Because that's the same as Hammer PT. It's saying the same here. That your music sounds that part that was very cosmic, you know. So yeah, that's good because it's really related with.
That's actually a good thing because I still pity my camera is not working for some reason. Let's see if it's working. It's not working at all.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why it went dead. Probably it's a DSLR camera, so probably the battery just ran out. I forgot to.
Okay.
This was a very long one, so probably that's the reason.
Just like to question.
Let me see if there's one thing probably no one noticed, but I can show you. In one of I prepared this to have some of the tracks. This was in the demo. I changed the patches. Sorry. Let me see if I can find the melody. Here it is. The patch has changed a little bit. See? I'll just.
That's lovely.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And this music is not playing correctly because I screwed up when I prepared this. There's a choir here that I changed. Why is this?
I think Pedro is showing us something for the future, but we must not know. We must not know. Yeah.
No, this is because I probably duplicated one of the tracks by mistake, and it got into a very strange choir patch. It was like, but anyway, that first music which I can play to you here. I'll just remove this. Let's see, Season Con. The first music, I can play it back to you. I think you I don't know if you remember this.
Go ahead.
This was in the intro of Citizen Con.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's giving me shivers, you know.
And in the second track, that melody also comes again. I believe. Let me see if it comes or not. Just see. Just play. Yeah. Yes, there's a bit slower here. Let's see if there's another. Okay, and this track. Oh, this is the track when you wake up, and
Yeah, it's like morning light, you know, something.
but the piano comes back again when she finally sings the main theme from New Babbage, and it's coming up.
No, that is beautiful.
I think it's a run. See, I really loved it. This melody so let's just.
I could wake up every morning with this song. I would not mind.
I wouldn't wake up.
Yeah. That's great.
Right.
So I
Then
have
the
here.
The piano comes in just after she sings that one time, the main thing, and this main melody also comes a lot here in the New Babbage, of course, which is here.
Yes.
Well, the strings come here. Okay.
Lovely music.
So it's always the same melody, but treated in many different ways. So, and I think I think I use it in other ways. Not sure. Just I don't remember actually. Sorry. Just
Go ahead.
this is for the Citizen Con demo.
I like this boom, 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 boom behind, you know. Like, yeah.
It's the melodies here, just in the end of the song, which I'm not playing it at all, but just so you can hear this part. And I see, and so it was the, I mean, this was like a constant in the whole New Babbage thing. There was another thing. No. Anyway, just want to bother you anymore with more stuff.
No. We are loving it actually.
I thought it was a cool
so,
one.
Go ahead. Go.
No, I just like to ask you another question, Pedro, which is when someone you just made a music that for Squadron 42 when Bishop speaks to the Senate.
Oh, this one does not mind. That's from Jeff Zanelli.
Okay.
That's That's because he did a great job on that as well. He is really good. He's really good because everything linked with Squadron 42 almost. I mean, until now, everything was from Jeff Zanelli. So I don't want to take any credit for that. He's the one. This is my baby. We're really waking up.
No, it's okay. So we think it's time for us to go to an end with the.
Can I make just one question?
Yeah, sure.
Quite fast. You're a solo player, so what do you want to do in the game? What kind of player are you? A pirate, outlaw?
Good question.
Yeah, and what kind of ship you
I'm
are?
an
your
explorer.
favorite
I'm an
one?
explorer. I'm an explorer.
That's right.
I'm an explorer. And the ship I like the most to use, I admit, is the 300i, because it was that was the first commercial I scored, and the old one, because that was the first I love the new one actually, because I think it's more pleasing. But I like to be alone and just traveling.
I understand that. Yeah. So
it was my first commercial in Star Citizen, so that ship was really, I mean, it's close to my heart. So that's the one I love the most. It's not. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the best, but I love it.
No, it's a really great ship actually.
Yeah.
I love it. So just to finish here, before I thank you for coming, of course, but I will ask.
It's my pleasure.
I just will say that we will have here in the channel some giveaways. So I'm gonna give away a ship, and I'm gonna give away an account. So people can package actually. So people can start to play Star Citizen. We will give first an Aurora, so for the ones that already have the game, and then we're gonna have to give a package from an Aurora also, but a package to start the game. So just pay attention to all the videos that are coming in the future.
The patch is all you need to start the game. So
I was having people here how I'm going into the game, what I need to do. So that's a way you can start. Just create an account. We'll talk about that later, and if you in another video I can explain that. So I have links here also below. I have also below in the description the YouTube channel of Pedro Camacho. So please don't forget, go there and subscribe that channel and listen the amazing music of Pedro. Then I want to thank you everybody that came to watch this live. There were a lot of people watching the live. That was really great. Thank you, Ikari, for coming. So Ikari, it's one of represents the Portuguese community of Star Citizen as me. So we have our Facebook, which is also in the description. So you can go there and join us in our Discord also. And of course, we have here iCrooks. So this guy there is the responsible for Armada Portuguesa, which is an organization, a military organization in some exploration to...
it's Armada Lusitana.
Armada.
Sorry.
What I said?
Portuguesa.
Sorry, my bad. Armada Lusitana.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's so my bad now. Yes, I'm sorry for the guys because I'm there too. So yeah. Thank you for coming, and of course you don't know, but iCrew is Evocati also as well. So. Is an Evocati with us that we're gonna talk with him in other stream. So we're gonna have a stream with iCrews. So he's gonna be here talking about Evocati and his life as Evocati, because he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it for a living. Okay. So and of course now the main, it's you, Pedro. Thank you so much, but so much for coming here to.
Oh, it was my pleasure. So
sorry
to take so long.
Yeah, no, it's okay to take your time with us. I think we're gonna be together in another live video very soon, because we have another surprise in a few days, and then that surprise that's gonna be with us here in the channel is gonna join you in another one, and I will invite you for that one for sure, and to be here with us. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, guys, and please don't forget to give a like then when the video comes for in the offline mode. Of course, that will be there for everybody to watch again and rewatch and listen. Pedro's playing live the main team of Star Citizen, and of course, if you didn't subscribe, please subscribe the channel and pay attention for these giveaways. Okay, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much for this.
So much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.